In this clip, the car that will have some problems being in the correct lane is this one. It's fine though, we have a strategy to keep ourselves out of danger. Let's not drive alongside others at speed for any great length of time, especially not in their blind spot. Then, if they want to change lanes without much notice, it's no problem for us. Shortly, watch them brake. What could they be doing? They have a big gap to the car ahead. We come off the gas. They're changing lanes, but we've already planned for that possibility. No use of the horn, no drama. The driver ahead wanders out of the lane in a few seconds, mid-corner, as we should expect someone may do, especially through a roundabout, as they may be confused by the lane markings. The Mini doesn't have as good anticipation as us and mindlessly accelerates into danger. And then uses the horn as if to say they were caught out by that, rather than how you're meant to use the horn to warn others of your presence. Talking of use of the horn, here's another, where the van will do a last-minute lane change to make a turn. We're turning right at the next lights, so we keep below the speed limit to avoid having to be next to the van, and as you'll see shortly, with good reason. They appear to be easing off. We'll do the same to retain our space to them. Now they signal, and then they sound the horn a couple of times, either as a warning to keep clear of them, or to say they are moving over regardless. We gave them space the whole time anyway. We'll give them some extra space as we wait for the lights, as they could literally do anything from now. They edge forward, looking like they may try a U-turn, but there's not enough room for that. Let's keep well back. They are moving over. They might still try a U-turn from here. Let's keep an eye on them. Learner car ahead moves lanes, could cause impatience from those in the right-hand lane, looking to move to the left lane. Will the grey car do it? We've given them room, and we've backed off slightly so we're out of the van's blind spot too. Kudos to you if you said the van will do it. They looked like they took the time to make sure it was safe though. People may want to change lanes, so why not just position ourselves so they can if they want to. Keeping a gap to the car ahead of us is a necessary part of doing this too. So others can slot in if they want to, then it doesn't become an issue. Then adjust our gap ahead to that car now, and the Mercedes on our right has room to move lanes easily if it wants to as well. Plan to leave room for vehicles, especially when you know there is a situation coming up where a lane closes or merges, and they may not anticipate it as well as you. Nothing wrong here though, just keeping a gap to the red car. And then here, same bit of road, rather than close up to the car in front, we leave room, enough for someone to slot in, because we should also be aware of what's behind us and beside us by using the mirrors, especially coming up to these kind of situations. By using this, what's called a staggered formation, we are already set up to merge before it narrows to one lane. At the roundabout we need the right-hand lane to take the main route of following the road ahead. Will the learner be as familiar with the roads as an experienced driver? Will they notice the signs as early as most others? Think smart and be ready to help out others by leaving room, who may be having a harder time than you, which if you're a good driver should be almost everyone. This flatbed truck is going well below the speed limit, but it would be risky to force our way alongside it. What if they suddenly turned off into one of the side roads on the left, or just moved to our lane for an obstruction ahead? The blind spots on larger vehicles such as buses or lorries are far greater, so there's a higher chance they won't see you if you drive in their blind spot. Remember we just said about the blind spots on larger vehicles being far greater. Looking at the positioning of this vehicle at the lights, they are over the center line slightly. Would you trust them to keep to their lane through the right turn? Well, it's not necessary to drive alongside, so best not to. No risk. Again turning right, like the giant transporter. Might they need more room than other vehicles? Perhaps, so let's not drive alongside. As it turns out, they made the effort to keep to their lane since it was possible, but sometimes the road will be so narrow that vehicles of this size will need to use both lanes, so just give them extra room.